How did a gay man from Iran start a new life? Muhammad was born into a traditional family in Tehran, Iran. From a young age, he knew he was different, but he didn't have the words to describe it. Growing up, he felt an inexplicable attraction to boys, a feeling he knew he had to keep hidden. In a society where being gay was considered a crime punishable by death, the stakes were impossibly high. During his teenage years, Muhammad was often teased by other boys. They seemed to sense his difference, and their taunts and sometimes unpleasant touches became a daily torment. These experiences left deep scars, but they also ignited a spark of resilience within him. He dreamed of a life where he could be himself, free from fear and oppression. At the age of 20, Muhammad made the most difficult decision of his life. He decided to flee Iran. The journey was perilous, involving smugglers and long treks through harsh terrain, but the promise of freedom kept him going. After months of hardship, he finally reached Europe. Stepping onto European soil felt like stepping into a new world. For the first time, Muhammad could breathe freely, unburdened by the constant fear of persecution. Life in Europe was like a paradise compared to the oppressive environment he had escaped. Here, he found a community that embraced him for who he was. In his new home, Muhammad started to rebuild his life. He enrolled in language classes, determined to master the local language and integrate into society. The freedom to express his true self was exhilarating, but it also came with its own set of challenges. He had to navigate a new culture, make new friends, and find a way to support himself. Despite these challenges, Muhammad thrived. He found a job, made friends, and even started dating. For the first time, he could experience love without fear. His life was filled with new experiences and opportunities, and he embraced them all with open arms. Even as he built a new life, the shadows of his past were never far behind. The trauma of his teenage years in Iran lingered, and he found himself struggling with feelings of anger and bitterness. Whenever he saw news about Islamic states, he felt a wave of nausea. The memories of the oppression and violence he had escaped were still vivid, and they haunted his dreams. Muhammad knew he needed to confront these feelings if he wanted to fully heal. He started seeing a therapist, someone who helped him work through his trauma and find ways to cope with his past. It was a slow and painful process, but gradually he began to find peace. As Muhammad healed, he felt a growing desire to help others who were in the same situation he had once been in. He started volunteering with organizations that supported LGBTQ refugees, sharing his story and offering support to those who were struggling to find their own path to freedom. Through his work, Muhammad discovered a new sense of purpose. He began speaking at events, sharing his experiences and advocating for the rights of LGBTQ individuals around the world. His story resonated with many, and he became a powerful voice for change. Muhammad's advocacy work brought him into contact with a wide range of people. He met activists, politicians, and fellow refugees, all working towards a common goal of equality and acceptance. Together, they built a strong community, one that offered support and solidarity to those in need. This community became a second family for Muhammad. They celebrated each other's victories and offered comfort during difficult times. For the first time in his life, Muhammad felt truly at home. In the midst of his advocacy work, Muhammad met David, a fellow activist. They quickly became close, their shared passion for human rights drawing them together. Their relationship blossomed, and Muhammad found a love that was deeper and more fulfilling than he had ever imagined possible. David's unwavering support helped Muhammad continue his work with renewed vigor. Together, they traveled to conferences and rallies, spreading their message of love and acceptance. Their relationship became a symbol of hope for many, showing that it was possible to find happiness and love despite the odds. As the years passed, Muhammad's life continued to flourish. He and David moved in together, creating a home filled with love and laughter. Muhammad's advocacy work gained recognition, and he was invited to speak at international events, sharing his story on a global stage. Looking back, Muhammad marveled at how far he had come. From a frightened teenager in Iran to a confident advocate in Europe, his journey had been long and arduous, but it had also been incredibly rewarding. He had found his voice, his community, and his love, and he knew that he would continue to fight for a better world for all. Muhammad's story is one of resilience, courage, and hope. It is a testament to the power of love and acceptance and a reminder that even in the darkest of times, there is always a way forward.